Everybody give it up for Bill Rhodes.
How's it going, Moore, Oklahoma? Y'all doing all right? Do you guys think it's in poor taste if we ask Dr. Dre to start producing beats by Diddy? I think he really missed the mark on beats by Chris Brown. He could have at least given the money to Rihanna on that one. Didn't work out. I'm so happy to be out of Austin, Texas right now. Oklahoma's awesome. Y'all don't have the homeless community we have in Austin, which I'm very thankful for. Not even that they're out and about, they're fucking mean. All right, I was hanging out on 6th Street in Austin, outside of a comedy club. Me and 3 other guys. This one little girl, she comes up, a little girl, she's older homeless lady. She goes to the first guy, she's like, I just want you to know you're a very handsome man. She's trying to solicit money. She walks up to the next guy. I just want you to know you're a very handsome man. And then she walks up to me and she looks at me, she goes, hey, nice shirt, and then walks away. They're mean. That's not even a joke, guys. This is a true story. My feelings really were kind of hurt. Like, little tear. I was fishing. I don't know if y'all heard of Lady Bird Lake in Austin, but there's like, there have been dead bodies popping up in there. I was fishing there. Great fish, nice fishing spot. Homeless guy scares the shit out of me. He walks up behind me and he's like, hey, there any fishing here? So I was a little embarrassed that I got so startled. And I was like, yeah, you know, I catch quite a few fish. I was showing him some pictures. And he was like, can you teach me how to fish? I was like, yeah, I got another rod and reel. I taught him how to cast a little bit. Learned a cool lesson that day. You give a guy a fish, you feed him for a day. You teach a homeless guy how to fish, he'll steal your $200 combo when you're not looking. So I don't like y'all don't have that homeless community here. I'm gonna do a little give and take game here. I wanna learn a little bit about you guys. Y'all are gonna learn a little bit about me. Y'all have Walgreens and CVS here, right? Yeah. All right, usually people prefer one or the other. You guys give me an applause if you're Walgreens people. Yeah. Walgreens. What about CVS?
Well.
CVS is like the bastard of like pharmacies. I used to be a big Walgreens guy. I'm a CVS guy now. Let me tell you why though. I've got a great excuse. I did a show one night where they're like, hey, we don't have money to pay you, but here's a cheap bottle of bourbon. Cool. I'm down with that. I had a great night of drinking bourbon. Unfortunately, the next morning I had to get up and I had to take my daughter to school. The high school she goes to, there's a Walgreens right next door. Because of my bad night, I had like that, going on in my stomach. I drop my daughter off and I walk into Walgreens and I grab a bottle of Pepto-Bismol. I grab some ginger ale. We're gonna try to put out the fire, settle some things down. I'm the next in line, so I'm walking up, I set my stuff on the counter, I did one of those, I shit myself. That's not the worst part. The worst part is the lady behind the counter. Her name is Kitty. I'll never forget it, little old lady. Her name tag said Kitty. We made eye contact when this happened. And she was like, oh baby, I know that look. She said, why don't you go to the restroom, start cleaning yourself up, I'll bring you some baby wipes. So I go in, and I'll be gross, my underwear were gone. Like, they were done. I'm trying to save my shorts, I'm washing them off in the sink, I'm using a little blow dryer to dry my shorts out after I wash them. There's a blow dryer because they don't have paper towels and they don't have a trash can. So my underwear just kind of made it behind the toilet. Stuck back there. And Kitty, so I open the door and she gives me the wipes. I clean up and on my way out, she's got a bag. And she goes, you've had a bad enough day. I went ahead and I paid for your soft drink and I paid for your Pepto-Bismol. You have a great day. And I was like, it was so sweet. And then I look in her other hand and she's got some cleaning supplies. She's going into the bathroom afterwards and I'm putting my underwear. I can never go back into Walgreens ever again, guys. That's why I'm a CVS guy now, because I don't ever want the possibility of making eye contact with Kitty ever again after she cleans up the monstrosity that I left in that Walgreens bathroom. Another one. Has anyone in here ever thought about their death row meal? Like, if you ever got put oh yeah, you have bodies in your driveway. What's your death row meal?
Well, I mean, it's really intricate. It's like a pot roast, mashed potatoes, gravy, rolls.
Just got a
like
body count, guys. You thought a lot about this. Someone asked me that, and I came up with one. If I was ever going to have to go on like lethal injection, I want for my final meal to be eating Lizzo's ass. That way I could look forward to what's coming the next day. Like, it would make lethal injection not so bad. I'm gonna roll into me now. I'm from a town called Thrall, Texas. It's a little hole-in-the-wall place. We used to only be famous for one thing, and that was we will give you a ticket for doing 47 and a 45. It's a big deal. We needed the money, town's broke. And then Kyle Rittenhouse drives through. So we're famous for something else. Kyle Rittenhouse was doing 85 and a 45. And he got a picture on Facebook with our chief of police. So that went pretty viral, pretty fast. Super, super conservative town. This guy masturbates while he's listening to Candace Owens speeches. But whenever he finishes, he only thinks about Candace Cameron from Full House because dude, black people, like one of those kind of conservative old school guys. What else? I drive a Jeep Wrangler. Any Jeep drivers in here? So I love my Jeep. Wrangler's a fun vehicle to drive. The only thing I hate about it is other Jeep drivers. Austin, Texas alone has 3 huge Jeep clubs. We have Jeepers Creepers, we have Dark Side Jeepers, and we have Austin Jeep people. They like go to rock climbing events and beat each other off while they're staring at Jeeps and talking about Jeeps. Like, it's a serious thing. They've got their little tramp stamp stickers on the back that show you what club they're in. My uncle, whenever I got my Jeep, he was like, hey, now that you got a Jeep, we can go to Hidden Falls and we can go rock climbing. So I'm gonna be honest with you, like, this is my daily driver. I don't want to fuck this thing up. I still have to get to work. And he's like, oh, you're one of those parking lot princesses, huh? And at first I was kind of mad, but then I was like, no one's really called me a princess before, so I kind of went with it. Like, it was kind of cool. He also tried to touch me where I peed when I was little, so. I used to be a teacher. I was a teacher for a long time until I wasn't. So it's very ironic that I was a teacher. I was a horrible student, absolute terrible, even in college. Like, I cheated, I plagiarized, it was bad. I just barely did what it took to pass. If you look at my college transcript, you'll see my wife is not the only one in the house with 34 C's. It's a true story. My college transcript, C. Before I was before I was a teacher, I worked in the prison system for a long time, and I just kept thinking I should go back to that. It was a much safer job, fewer guns hanging around than the middle school. There are a lot of similarities, though, between working with inmates and working with students. They always bitch about cafeteria food. I'm always telling them, please walk on the right side of the hallway. And the only way to get fired from either job is to fight one of them or fuck one of them. And even then, I feel like they would just ship you to a different building. It's so shorthanded. I told that joke and it went viral, and there was some bitch named Amy in Human Resources that didn't think that was so funny. And so I'm not a teacher anymore. Yeah. Fuck Amy in Human Resources. HR@hudoisd.net if y'all want to give her a review. Jokes on them, though. I didn't get fired. I got put on administrative leave. I'm still getting paid as a teacher as we speak, so win one for me. And I'm not teaching kids anymore, so win one for them, right? My wife has been super supportive through all this, though. Y'all give her a big hand. She's here supporting me even today. It's really easy. She is the breadwinner in the house. Just kidding, she's Mexican. She's the tortilla winner in the house. But I was a teacher. She could have been a fucking shift lead at McDonald's and still been the breadwinner in the house. There's a lot of things I miss about teaching. There's some things that I really enjoy about not teaching, though. Like, I get to day drink, which is cool. Not hide it in a coffee cup anymore. I don't miss, like, new teachers. Like, you get those 22-year-old, like, girls right out of college who are ready to change the world. They come in with their, like, box full of stickers and everything, and, you know, everything's all sunshines and rainbows and all that. What I did enjoy, though, is about Christmas break, they were trading stickers for vodka because they realized how horrible that job is. That PE coach finally convinced them that, you know, he and his wife are going through a separation, and now she knows what abortion is like, too. I do miss the students, though. Students were kind of cool, a lot of cool stories, cool interactions. My last 3 years, I taught 7th graders. I always started the school year off with, you know, the talk for the classroom. It's like, don't bring up dress code. I hate dress code. Like, it's stupid. If you ask me, Mr. Rhodes, am I at a dress code? And I have to acknowledge it, like, yeah, like, we're going to do something about it. But I'm going to pretend like it doesn't exist if you pretend like it doesn't exist. So the kids are up in arms. They're like, well, we need to get this changed. We need to email every single teacher every single day until something gets done. Before I could say a word, this one girl stands up and she was like, teachers can't do anything. You need to just email like the superintendent, maybe your school board. They're the only ones that can do this. And don't have everyone email them. Just have one person like collect a petition and email. The kids are like, you're pretty smart. Like, you know what's going on. Can you help us? And she said, I don't really dress like a slut, so I don't care. And she just sat right down. I was like, she became my favorite student. The other thing we talked about a lot is deodorant. I taught 7th graders. I had 12-year-old boys coming to my classroom after PE. My classroom smelled like onions on some days. I was like, guys, I have sticks of deodorant in my desk. I will give you deodorant if you will just put it on, please. One boy said, my mom taught me after PE's over, if you go to the sink and you just kind of wash up under your armpits and, you know, in that area a little bit, it'll help you out. It's called a horse bath. It's called a what? He said, like a horse, like you ride a horse. I was like, either this kid's retarded or this mom doesn't know what a horse bath is. But this was the second year I had him. I had like parent-teacher meetings. I'm pretty sure she knows what a horse bath is. And I use the word retarded. Is anyone offended by the word retarded? Like it's kind of, I guess, a slur in some areas. I'm going to be a teacher again for 1 minute. Retarded has nothing to do with people. It's like a scientific word. Something is not, it didn't come out the way it was expected to come out. If you buy a table from IKEA and the leg is bent under, that table is retarded. It's just not as it was intended. Whenever I first got into school, we weren't using the word retarded anymore. It was special education, special needs. Everyone's special. We need to make people feel good about it. That's cool. By the time I got to college to become a teacher, the class that I took to work with students with disabilities was called Exceptional Learners. Now everyone's exceptional because special is not good enough anymore. 20 years from now, you're going to have mom roll up to the school to pick up Johnny from his first day. And the teacher's going to be like, Miss Smith, I need to talk to you. We think Johnny is awesome. She's going to be like, oh my God, how awesome is he? We think he's going to be awesome for the rest of his life. And that guy's just fucking retarded. What else do we have? Talked about my wife. Let's talk about my kids. I raised kids by myself. My wife and I have been married for 4 years. I was a single dad for 11 years with custody of my kids. I was a high school football coach. Like, my kids are a little fucked up. They grew up in a locker room, in and out, locker room talk. My daughter, she was the first kid to reject sports. She's in dance right now, which I love. She's like, that's her passion. She's really good with it. I hate dance moms though. Like, my wife's not in, like, she doesn't fit the dance mom expectations, whatever. We had a pool party at the house, and it was this giant pissing contest of who like loves dance more, who does more dance stuff with their kids. And it ended when one mom was like, we sent Ashley to the Florida Elite Dance Academy. It was highly recommended by Simone Biles. Before I could say a word, this is where I really, really fell in love with my wife all over again. She said, yeah, we sent Amber to hang out with her grandma for the summer. She made the team too. I picked a good one there, a really good one. My sons, though, they're all boy. I came home, Jordan was, I think, 5th or 6th grade. He's playing video games, and I'm listening to him. He's playing, what's that shit show all the kids play? Fortnite. He's playing Fortnite, and I'm listening to him on the Connect. He's talking shit back and forth with this other kid, and the kid tells a dumb joke, and Jordan's like, yeah, well, that's not what your mom said last night. Like, it's funny for a 5th grader, right? But then this kid immediately pops off right back. He's like, dude, my mom's dead. Fuck. And so I'm walking in there to kind of see how he handles this, and right when I get in there, Jordan goes, well, then I guess that's why she just laid there. I raise assholes, guys, like really, really big time assholes. We have a new neighbor. She's a little nuts. We started landscaping our front yard, and she was like, whatever you do, don't buy kidzo vines. I was like, what are kidzo vines? She's like, these are these vines that will overtake everything. It'll smother your yard out. They're so bad, they're actually illegal for nurseries like Home Depot, Lowe's. It's illegal for them to sell it. Like, how the fuck am I supposed to get this stuff then? Like, that's like, you're like, I've got a bit of a cold. I'm gonna go to Walmart to get some cold medicine. They're like, whatever you do, don't get crystal meth while you're there. That's fucking information I don't need. No shit. I'm gonna leave you guys with one last joke. I'm gonna let you pick. Do you want me to tell a joke about NASCAR or white people? White people, okay. So I think the only reason that white people still consider NASCAR to be a sport is because other than hockey, it's one of the only things that black people haven't dominated and completely taken away from us. I don't know at what speed it stops becoming road rage and starts becoming a sport, but I want to get recognized for those skills one day. There's a NASCAR driver, his name's Bubba Wallace. He's a black guy. When he came out, white people lost their fucking minds over this guy, like everything he did. And then I realized they were getting Tiger Woods flashbacks on how we just fucking lost golf when he started succeeding. They were like, I know there ain't no sign outside of Talladega that says no blacks allowed, but we always thought it was implied. If we would lose hockey, there'd be a fucking civil war, guys. But I don't think we ever have to worry about like a Lil Wayne Gretzky coming out and dominating hockey, because hockey's played on ice, ice melts, and they can't swim. So that's it. That's all I have for you guys. Thank you so much for letting me come and play with you guys. My name is Bill Rhodes. You give it up for the establishment, give it up for your hosts, and thank you. Have a great night.
Keep it going for Bill Rhodes, everybody.